And welcome back to Go Winnipeg. Kevin Hirschfield here alongside me, Jessica Cable. We were fortunate enough to head out to a few Fringe Fest shows over the last couple of days. The shows I saw were absolutely amazing. I'll get to them in a sec. Jess, let's start with you. You saw a few shows that you were really happy with as well, right?
Yeah. I stuck with the sketch comedy genre just because Fringe is so overwhelming. I wanted to kind of stick with one genre. So I saw Hunks, which is a new comedy group that's just recently formed. I think they formed about half a year ago. Anyways, they perform every month at the Park Theatre and they put sketches together, and their Fringe show is kind of a best of that. And it was amazing. Like, they were so good. I was laughing so hard throughout the entire show. Even during the breaks, they had little skits playing on a screen while they're doing set changes and like that and stuff. And without giving anything away, like, my absolute favorite scene involves a bumblebee and Game of Thrones, and it is so good. It is so funny. I died. And then the other one is Peter and Chris and the Kind of OK Corral, and they're from Vancouver, and they were awesome. I mean, I was kind of expecting maybe a little bit more from them because they are sandwiched between Hot Thespian Action and D&D Improv, which are amazing long-time performers in the Fringe. So I kind of had really high expectations for them. I don't know if they delivered completely, but it was funny. It was a good show.
Hey,
I laughed.
Enough.
So
that's a fair review from you.
Yeah.
My favorite play that I saw was something called Six Guitars. I think you said you had seen that before.
Yes.
It had been at Fringe Fest before. It got a standing O. I went to opening night at Prairie Theatre Exchange. It got a standing O at the end of it, and I wouldn't be surprised if every single performance got a standing O. It was that good. It's basically an actor by the name of Chase Paget. He is doing 6 characters in one. It's a one-man show. He's up there just himself and his guitar, and he's playing 6 different guitarists that play 6 different genres. So he plays everything from an 87-year-old blues guitarist to a 20-year-old rock guitarist to a jazz guitarist to a folk guitarist, and he's so bang on with these characters. He's just going from one character to the next, and he's so good you almost forget when you're sitting in the audience that it's just one guy doing it. He was so good. He got the audience to care about the characters as well. He only has about 80 minutes, I think, to go through 6 different characters, but he made us care, and there were some emotional parts in the show where you got a little emotional because you're so invested in the characters because he does such a great job. There's a lot of humor in it as well. When he's talking about all the different characters and their genres, you hear all the different stereotypes that come with being a blues guitarist and how they write their music and why they think their genre is the best. So you hear that from all different genres as well. So he does such a phenomenal job. It's getting rave reviews from what I've seen all over the place, and deservedly so. 6 Guitars is one. Even if you're not a huge music fan, if you're a music fan and a guitar fan, you will love this. Even if you're not a music fan, though, I think you'll really dig it as well. And another one I want to mention as well, called Loud and Clear. It's by a group 100 Decibels, and they, if you don't know who 100 Decibels is, they are a mime troupe locally made up of a couple of deaf performers. So there is no talking in this, and it proved to me at least that you don't need words to perform a great show at Fringe Fest. They're just performing short little skits, about 14 or 15 of them in just about a 45-minute span. They have no words to work with. There's very little sound. And they're just doing hand motion, I guess physical comedy was what you want to call it, and they did such a great job. The audience was understanding of what each skit was about, and it didn't take many movements from these guys to make the audience understand. So 100 Decibels was really cool to me. So those were some that stuck out for me, and Fringe Fest is continuing on here for the next week or so. Get out to all those shows, get out to the few we recommended as well. Those are great.